That was before I had figured out what Don't Mess with Texas was referring to, where it was just an anti-littering campaign. And then there were times to get my jollies that I would go to the bathroom and look at myself in the mirror and point at it and say, "Don't mess with Texas." Okay, don't mess with Texas. Go put you in a paper shredder. I mean, that's what I hear "Don't Mess with Texas" meant, was probably something about gunslinging, since, hey, it's the famous Wild West state. Well, I just finished a role in the Fringe Festival, and there I said I wanted to do a Snoopy imitation as the World War I flying ace. That night I had an aviator hat on, and then ended it with "Curse you, Red Baron," and how it's Minnesota, and we're home to famous aviators like Charles Lindbergh, who was known by different nicknames. The Flying Fool, that was probably before his New York to Paris flight, and Lone Eagle was another one probably after it. But if I was an eagle, I'd probably be Sam Eagle from the Muppets, because he's dour like I am and would say things like, "Weirdos!"
Weirdos.
Also, there are times where I will look straight up, and I know that he would do that too. And he was very patriotic, and I have a patriotic shirt that I got at the Lakeville Cracker Barrel. Yeah, I see all kinds of things when I'm out and about walking. One time I was walking past a traffic light and checked the bank that was there. And it wasn't your typical trash, the empty food and drink containers. There were actually some good things in it. And one of them was a brand new V-neck t-shirt with the tag still on it. So now I wear it, but I was still expecting somebody to come past and tell me, "Gotcha, you can't get all this stuff for free." I guess that's called all the guilt that I received from going to church when I was young. I wish I was making that up. I know all types when I work in an office as well. There was somebody that was surprised that I turned down free ice cream when it was being offered, and because I love ice cream. But I said I was trying to keep my weight down, and she said, "Well, you're thin already." It's like, "No, I'm not. You want me to show off my gut?" No. Well, I didn't want to do that anyway. It did remind me of a character on Saturday Night Live. "Don't look at my gut. I'm working on it. Middle-aged man." Then there's also an office colleague. He looks normal basically when he's telling us about his favorite team mascot. It's like Crunch with the Timberwolves and TC Bear with the Twins. But the rest of the time, he will argue really weird, since he has a master's in political science. And it's like, well, I have a bachelor's in history. There's a lot of overlap here. And one time, he thought he'd win an argument by saying, "What do you know about the 1917 Russian Politburo?" Well, like most Americans, nothing. I know what did happen that year. That was the year of the Bolshevik Revolution. But when I hear that, I think it's a swear word. Panhandlers, you see them everywhere. Some of them are more notable than others, though. One time I saw a panhandler with his cardboard sign that said, "I need 76 cents. If you get that much, are you going to go away?" Probably not. Another one was working hard for it. He was dancing for it. I didn't give him any money either. You know who I give money to? Street performers that play music. Sometimes I like having fun with them and asking them if they know any Lady Gaga songs. Usually they don't, but hey, you have to ask. My dad, I learned from the best, and that's not always a good thing. When I was a kid, I ever so often would hear him use the word paranoid. And then when I was 10, I remember going to the bathroom and seeing it to preparation H, and I ended up connecting the words paranoid and hemorrhoid at a young age. And sorry, Dad, I learned from the best. That meant that I ended up being paranoid just like he is. Thankfully, I don't have the other thing yet. He's also the type that will have long phone calls, movie length like 90 minutes, and I guess that's why I'm fine with whenever he writes letters to me. He's old school and is willing to write letters to tell me how he's doing. And one time it was about visiting St. Joseph, Missouri, or he will just call it St. Joe, which is a national nickname for a town like that. And I had to ask him, why do you like that town so much? There are places I like visiting too, for probably the same reasons, but I was just wondering. And he said, because it's not as scary as Kansas City. Well, I'll drink to that. I remember seeing St. Joseph when I was a kid on a family vacation. We went to the place where Bob Ford shot Jesse James, and it said, see the bullet hole. I also know St. Joseph is a place that Eminem is from before he eventually ended up in the Detroit area. So since I like music, I had to put that one out there too. Well, Real Slim Shady, please stand up. Well, there are times where I have to wonder who the real Lyle Larue is. But I guess that goes with being a performer. And where do I go from that one? Well, somewhere, I guess. I know that I also was a performer at the Saints game over the week, and I loved it because I played Stuart Smalley. The theme was Saturday Night Live. And it was priceless, some of the things I had heard from people, because Al Franken originally played that character. And some of the things I heard were more flattering than others because he's now a politician. And eventually I had to break character and tell the real Al Franken all of that. Well, I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, you've all been great.